So this past week, my work required that I once again complete our security certification.
Uh-oh.
And
Mine's coming up too, brother.
Yeah. And it made me realize something. It's that we have never had a cybersecurity certification as a company.
Oh, shit.
Our cybersecurity score as a company,
0.
zero.
That's true.
Absolutely zero.
This is terrible.
Should we be
news.
saying this in the podcast, or is that another breach of...
Fuck.
Sorry, Kat. Didn't mean to ruin...
Oh, no.
Damn it.
Hold
God.
on.
Well, okay. You know what? It's
We're
already
here. It's already out.
Well, we should do some exercises to make sure that like we're more secure.
Exactly. That was my
Yeah.
thought. Is today I wanted to go through some statements, a quiz here on
Yeah.
cybersecurity readiness.
Okay.
Wow.
So the first question is about phishing,
Uh-huh.
the factors of phishing. So,
Yeah, my grandpa takes me fishing.
wow. So an email from your boss asks for the name, address, and credit card of one of your company's top clients. The email says it's urgent and we should please reply right away. You should reply right away, true or false.
Oh, definitely.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I don't
urgent.
wanna not
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
my boss is asking for that. So
Yeah.
Which one of us is the boss?
No, we all have a boss.
Yeah,
God,
This is
the Lord Jesus Christ,
our boss.
our boss.
Oh, that boss.
Yeah, the boss.
Yeah,
The boss.
The
Errol.
boss.
The boss.
Sorry, stupid of me. No wonder our cybersecurity is so bad.
Don't even know who our fucking boss is, bro.
Wow.
So we got that one right.
True.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got that one right.
Definitely.
I think that is
So we can
absolutely
check that one off the
true.
list.
Correct.
Yeah, don't
We
even look
got
to
it.
see because we know.
Let's see. Another question here. Let's look at a question about ransomware.
I don't have a joke about that.
Ransom. What?
What does ransomware?
Which of these best describes?
Nobody liked it that much.
I just had to think about it.
Sorry.
I wasn't looking at you, and
It's okay.
therefore I couldn't comprehend
It's
anything
okay.
you
It's
were
all
saying.
right. It's
I'm,
fine.
I'm trying to administer our cybersecurity
Yeah, this is
quiz.
Juniper. This is serious.
I'm sorry. I
Can you
I make jokes when I get nervous.
You need to lock in, okay?
Okay.
What ransom wears is of utmost importance. So-
That's of utmost importance.
If you encounter a ransomware attack, the first thing you should do is pay the ransom. True or false?
But you don't get your stuff back if you don't pay the ransom.
Yeah, but
It's an attack.
is he asking for money or is
Well,
he
I would-
attacking us?
If it's an attack, I would parry.
Does he want clothes?
Yeah, I mean, it's different because if he's asking for money, then he should not attack us yet, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you can really like if you're like already stabbing someone, you can't be
you
like,
can't be
I'm,
like, give me your money, I'm
Yeah.
stabbing you.
It's
I
like-
think that ransom should try
he's-
asking first.
he needs to work on
And
his
like,
shit.
what's he selling? Is his clothes?
He's selling something now.
Well, he's asking for money, I assume.
Oh, so he's like, here, you gotta buy my sweater right now.
But
It's
Stabbing
urgent.
you, stabbing you, stabbing you.
It's only $10.99. It's a really good deal.
That might work.
You need a new sweater. Yours is full of holes.
Just like your cybersecurity.
I kind of like this.
Fucking.
I
I
kind of like this ransom guy.
Yeah.
Like
Seems
his
cool.
style.
He
seems
seems
nice.
cool. He can break into our company.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should hire
get him.
him.
We should get him on the cast.
Get him on the payroll.
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Let's go. Come on, ransom.
It's the four of us and then an open computer that just says pay 1 Bitcoin.
Yes.
It can happen.
Yeah. Kat, what's next?
Let's see.
Yeah, we got that one covered.
Promoting physical security includes protecting A, only paper files, B, only paper files and any computer on which you store copies of these files, C, only paper files, flash drives, and point of sale devices, D, all of the above, any other device.
Huh?
What about us?
Yeah, what about
What
our
about
safety?
us?
What
being
about our
safe.
physical security?
Right. None of this actually covers the true physical security
That's the
aspect.
most
ransom-
valuable assets in the company.
Pat,
You guys-
Promoting
look
phys-
around the page because I know that there's an option E.
No.
Look around the page.
No, they don't have anything here
it's
about
hidden.
hiring.
Not
It's
about
hidden.
Kat looking
You guys,
around
like-
her iPad.
You guys, this is crazy. Ransom stabbed me like 10 times.
No, I know.
Right.
I know.
Because-
and like he's an integral part of the team, but we do need physical
We
security.
need-
I think
Physical
I'm thinking
security.
Kevlar. Like, if we all just start
Yeah.
full body.
Kevlar would be good.
We should probably also have guns on our persons at all
guns
times.
at all times. This
Yeah.
is America.
Yeah, this is
So
America.
that's
We gotta have
necessary
guns.
for sure.
We should be hiring a squad of martial arts masters.
Yes.
I think night vision goggles would be helpful.
Helmets.
For us and the martial arts squad.
Enter this into the other category, Kat. I'll write
Other-
this all
yeah.
down.
Yeah.
We're writing
put
it down. We're writing it down.
It's an essay question.
We're now giving them advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Really,
to
they don't know
contact these
anything.
people.
It seems confusing.
Yeah, it seems maybe this FTC.gov website doesn't know shit about
.gov.
cybersecurity.
Yeah.
.gov.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody, I think that after taking this quiz, we can now say we have 100% cybersecurity.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
holes in the system except the ones that Ransom stabbed.
Well, we should
Yeah,
probably have
buddy.
Ransom take the quiz too, but
I don't think that's
Who wants to ask me?
yeah, who wants to ask Ransom
Look,
to take
well, maybe,
the
okay,
quiz?
we'll get the Kevlar first, and then we can
There you
ask
go.
Ransom
Look,
to
There
take
you
the
go.
quiz.
Ransom is refusing to give us access to any of our devices or files until we pay him $100 million in NFTs. So I guess since we're locked out of all of our devices until Ransom gives us access back, let's play some Blades in the Dark. Hello, my name is Kat, and I am a cybersecurity expert.
Hi, my name is Noelle. I play Pepper, and she's a railjack, and she would never share a password with anyone, ever. She would not do it.
Wow.
Hope that's not foreshadowing.
Hi, my name is Juniper. I play Valerian, and I think he would give out any password that he knew to anyone he met.
Great.
Pepper wouldn't even tell herself. She wouldn't even know the password.
He would make up passwords and give them to people.
He would give out more passwords than even existed.
yeah, dude.
I'm Errol, and I play Friedrich Weiss, and I would do a secret third thing with passwords.
Oh.
So I'll let you think about what that might be.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's perverted.
Whoa.
You'll never know.
All right. So last time you guys finished up your downtime activities and we entered into the free play stage of the game. And you guys got to know each other. You did a little team building ghost summoning. You measured your room to prepare for booby traps. And then you went out to see what the next world has in store for you. And it turned out to be nothing. The world that the train has landed in is completely dead, leaving the three of you in a bit of a lurch as you need to find another memento for the ringmaster. After going out into the toxic wasteland and trying to find something of value using Pepper's ghost abilities, you saw the Piper Lords out there digging up the only surviving relic that the ghosts would point you to. You have decided to infiltrate the Piper Lords in an attempt to acquire that relic. So Pepper went to check in with Stella of the Hemlock Hands, who Friedrich did try to blow up once, but now you guys are like, you're fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You guys are fine. Pepper flirted some information out of Stella and found out that the Piper Lords are a brutal organization that allows the more senior members to feed new recruits to the train rather than pay the fare themselves, which is an unpleasant but not unheard of practice here in NEVERNOWHERE. Valerian then decided to go and meet the leader of the Piper Lords himself to try and get the lay of the land with them, and discovered that their leader, Basil Ratmacy, is in fact a sentient man-shaped swarm of rats. And that's where you are now.
I knew it. He's a trench coat full of rats.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
And the rats swarm in an ever-moving pattern to maintain his shape.
And his name is Basil?
Yes.
Okay.
And he reaches out a hand to you, and you can see that each of his fingers is the entwined braided tails of a series of rats.
Whoa.
And
Not hot rat guy.
Big to differ.
And he says, "If it isn't the Emperor come to join us." And he holds out his hand as if he expects you to kiss it.
I shake it.
And the rats squirm in your grip.
And so is it like how many rats per finger? Is it like one rat per finger?
It is the braided tails of several rats make up each of his fingers.
Braided.
Yeah, like they're twisted together.
Okay, Valerian doesn't actually let go. He pulls it in closer to inspect.
Basil gives a raspy laugh. I see you're not squeamish. That's good.
I am fast. Is this some type of magic? Are you literally rats, or are you a man possessing the rats?
It is an old curse. I hopped aboard the train hoping to outrun it, but unfortunately that hag's magic has followed me. And now I've simply embraced what I am now.
Fascinating. Good for you.
How does Valerian's rat react to these rats?
Yeah.
Your rat is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
in
okay.
its cage.
I pat my little rat.
The rat seems like it both wants to run and also wants to jump into the rats.
The rats? Okay.
That make up Basil.
Okay.
Like, it both knows that, like, it shouldn't do that, but it
like, feels compelled?
feels
Good, I'm
compelled.
glad he's in the cage. Can I pick a rat off of Basil? What happens if I...
If you try to pick a rat, so you
like
just, like,
that?
try and, like, extract a rat from
Well,
him.
I think
Does
first
he like that?
he would say, I think first he would say, may I take a rat?
And he, like, holds his hand out to you for you to attempt to take a
Okay,
rat.
and I want to just try.
Yeah, and as soon as you extract one, the rat turns its head and bites down hard.
Ay! Feisty little creature.
They don't like to be parted from me.
That is fascinating. That is fascinating curse you have, sir.
I appreciate someone who is not overly sensitive to these things. Perhaps you could be a useful member of our team. Jovis tells me you've been inhabiting Nod's old rooms, and we had our eye on that space. It might make it's a very good location for a shop, and we're trying to expand our operations. The gambling and the drinking makes good money, but the drugs, it'd be nice to have a dedicated storefront for the drugs.
Yes, I'm familiar with libations.
You are not even scratching the surface when you say libations. We travel through so many worlds, my dear boy. So many different ways to leave your body behind and experience true wonder, true fascination, true joy.
Now, are you able to partake in these libations without a body? Do the rats eat? I'm so fascinated by you. I want to take you apart. Say it with affection.
I think we understand each other.
You're about to get the rat pussy.
I'm about to get that rat pussy, buddy. You know it. You know it.
The Ratatoussy.
The Ratatoussy.
The Ratatoussy.
I'll put it like this. When you have 1,000 mouths, you can take 1,000 different drugs.
I'm just imagining all the little rats with their own little cigarette.
Oh my
so
god.
I love this guy.
Me too. I'm obsessed with him. Now, when you say you could take 1,000 drugs, does each rat have a different reaction? Do you feel them individually, or is it all one combined drug fest in a metaphysical body that is made up of the rats?
If you're really so interested, there is a scholar out in Candle Hall who I answered all of these questions for. He wrote a paper of some kind, and I think he's dead now, but I'm sure somebody, maybe Chorp, has a copy of the paper.
Thank you. I will take a look at that. I know someone who might be very interested in... He's like a science guy.
Yes, the
So
science
I'll
guy.
consult.
I've got a few of those myself.
They're weird.
They are
weird.
They are very strange, but have their uses. If you or your science guy is looking for some work, I always need more.
Noted. I'll check with my weird guy.
So, what can I
say to have you join our merry band. What could I interest you in?
Well, I'd like to know the hierarchy, the expectations placed on individuals, the rate of upwards momentum within the business.
You're a businessman, I appreciate that, but it's all very, very boring.
I was an emperor. I know a lot about upwards mobility.
I'm sure you do.
Why don't you go ahead and roll?
Yep.
What are you going to roll for this?
Yeah, I think I'll do sway because it just gives me a better chance.
For sure.
Sure. So you're trying to sway him into telling you about the inner workings of his organization,
Basically.
which he doesn't really want to do because, as we've already learned from Pepper, it's a pretty predatory organization.
It's a pretty predatory organization, yeah. But I want to know if there's anything I can do to kind of like keep myself safe. 4.
Okay. That is going to just get you some standard amount of information.
Okay.
And he settles back and he sort of waves a hand at you, which squirms as he waves it.
He says, it's all boring details, but I'll give you the summary. As you may be able to infer, we are a rat-eat-rat organization. So one might say, when you first join, you'll be expected to take care of those who took care of you. If we are called upon to pay the fare, our most junior members will bear that brunt, for they have not been here long and they have not yet given up anything of themselves to the train. However, as soon as you recruit someone in, they will pay for you. And if they recruit someone in, that person pays for them. And in that way, the best rise to the top, and those who cannot make it, well, they feed the train. Something we all must strive to do.
And so what's the initial incentive to join?
3 hots and a cot, kid.
What if I already have 3 hots and a cot?
Protection.
From who?
And he leans forward and grins, and you can see all the sharp little rat teeth line up to form a grin.
You see Valerian's eyes light up.
He says, protection from us, kid.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Now I'll say this much. You've got something that we want, and for that I may be more inclined to offer you certain advantages. We got a cowherd in. I don't think he's going to last anyway, so I could put him below you. Give you a leg up.
Alright, that's not bad.
But you'd have to give us your space first. Don't worry, we have barracks where we can house you. We will put you away from the cows.
Now, what if I wanted to keep my space?
Then I think...
But what if I agreed to let you utilize it in whatever manner you saw fit, while I continue to live there and help you run the organization? From that space.
You are getting ahead of yourself.
I don't think that I am. I already have the space.
Well, Valerian, you must understand that you are not negotiating from the place of power that you think you are. You may be in that space now, but there's only what? You? One weird guy? I heard you've got a girl hanging around.
She's very strong. I've seen her rip people apart. That is not an exaggeration.
I'm sure.
Also, the guy exploded somebody once. It was crazy. They're nuts.
Yovis.
And Yovis has been standing behind you this whole time, with his arms crossed.
Yovis, where is Chantasson?
Yovis looks over the edge of the balcony and he says, there he is. Jump! You look over the balcony and you see a very tall man unfold from one of the seating booths. And he looks across at you, and he is unnaturally gangly with very thin, long limbs, and hands and feet that are large enough that it would almost look comical if it didn't look so much like something that had stepped out of a horror movie. He wears a blank mask that covers all of his face except for one eye hole. And the mask has a very thin spiral pattern starting from the center and going out. Jovis gestures to him, and the man, Champ de Song, he steps 1 foot on the edge of his balcony seat and just does a straight leap across. You feel very cold when this happens. And you, Valerian, because you have a little bit of that magical sight having come from a world of magic, you see ghosts seem to sort of like hold him up in the air as he jumps across.
Okay.
Basil gestures forward and Champ de Song looms over you. And you can see up into his mask, you see one yellow eye rolling around erratically behind the mask.
Ooh. This is all just turning Valerian on.
He says,
Champ, can you show him what you can do?
Basil sort of shakes a hand out and a rat just pops out of the mask and lands on the table in front of you. And then Champ points at it and the rat explodes.
Oh, Valerian claps.
In just a gory mist.
Oh, very good, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
My pride and joy, Champ is.
That's your son? That's your child, your baby boy?
All of those who I offer protection to are my children.
Would that be me if you offered protection to me?
Of course.
So here's the thing. I don't want to give up the house. It's my little horse apartment. I'm really attached to it. However, I have no issue with you running any business that you want out of it. You could have access to it. I just want it to be a place where I'm still able to go and sleep and be safe. I have no issue with anything else that you would wish to do with the space.
I see. Well, if you truly wish to join us,
I did have one more question. So I have to get other people to join. Do they have to join willingly? Or can I coerce them?
I don't give a shit.
Wonderful. Okay.
Now, I think that we might be able to come to some type of an arrangement, but first, you would need to prove your loyalty. After all, you weren't recruited by somebody in this merry band, so I have no assurance that you would keep your word to us.
And what would I need to do to prove my loyalty to you?
I think I could come up with a job for you.
Can I just give you my pinky? They grow back.
Then that is absolutely no value. Nothing lost, nothing gained. No, I have a task that needs doing. Those pricks out in the canal, they got to our prize back in Aphatrea before we could. I don't mind a little competition, but I hate losing.
Now, are these, what did they take? 1, 2, who are they?
The Brightwater Collective. There are business rivals. They run a vice den out in the canal. They took a shipment of, what was it called?
Daracetum, Jovis pipes in. And by the way, Champ is still there.
Good.
Champ is still there, and he is still just looming over you, looking like directly down.
I like him. Can I hold his hand? I want to reach out and hold his hand.
He moves his hand away from you. He does not want to be touched.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I can't wait to see him in the circus.
You seemed like you needed some reassurance. Anyways, continue.
Yes, Daracetum. It was used in some rituals there. Priests, mystic hallucinations, that whole thing. But a drug's a drug, and a hallucinogen, well, I know Brightwater, they specialize in those, but my chemists, my weird guys, I think they could make something a little more fun out of it. But they got there first, and they took the whole shipment. Didn't leave anything to share. wasted a couple young souls on it. I think one of them fell under the wheels.
And he makes eye contact with Yovis, who nods. He says,
Yeah, poor kid. Well, not my problem anymore. I want the Deracetum. You don't need to get all of it, but enough that we can undercut their profits.
Okay.
Squeeze them out.
You don't need me to kill anybody or anything.
If you kill any of them on the way, I'll call it a bonus.
Okay. Yes, alright. I'll see what I can do for you.
Take the cowherd with you when you go.
The cow? Now, are you saying coward or cowherd?
Second one.
Oh.
He's got cows. He brought them with.
Literal cows?
Yeah, you'll have
What
to
are they
ask.
for?
You'll have to ask him about it. He'll give you a long speech.
And this is the guy who would be under me.
Yeah.
Okay. A herd of cows.
and as
What are we talking about? The cowherd's gonna come work for Valerian.
Yeah, I'm inheriting a cow herd, a man with a herd
And
of
also,
cows.
presumably, you're inheriting the cows.
And the cows as well.
Okay.
Now, I just want to be crystal clear. I get this, what was it called for you again?
Deracetum.
Deracetum. Enough for you to be able to have your weird guys do stuff with it. And in exchange, I get that cowherd guy, and I get to live in my house apartment I already have. And you will have your people running drugs and whatever you like out of it as a shop. That's the deal. And then I'm in the Piper ones. That's the deal? Yes, correct? All good?
We'll work out the specifics once
No.
you've proved your loyalty to me. Yovis, take him. I'm done with him.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Errol. I'm here wearing my noise-canceling headphones and I've lit several candles. Don't worry, they're soy wax based, and I've already researched all your allergies. Unless your allergy is soy wax. Fuck. I was trying really hard to come up with a theme for this mid-roll, and then I realized it was right in front of my face this whole time. I had to edit out a lot of heated talk about giant birds, rat men, the rat mussy, etc. in this episode, because for whatever reason, there was just a really powerful energy manifesting. So, before it becomes fully illegal, I'm bringing you a sultry mid-roll. Don't tell MasterCard, or Steam, or Patreon, or the Apple Store. As you all know, I'm a really great everyman and unbiased arbiter of what is considered universally sensual. Things like sock garters, sea monsters, overly complicated slapstick routines, facts about silent film actors. I could go on. But I have work to do, and that includes thanking our newest supporter on Patreon, Huck Lola 5. Thank you for caressing our podcast with your support. Our Patreon is like a steaming hot spring that we lower ourselves into every day to wash away the muscle cramps of living in this world. We appreciate you. And keeping with our theme of content that is just too hot for the internet, we have this comment from Hebe Gleeby, which Spotify made sure to flag as inappropriate, so you know it's good. Hebe Gleeby said, I feel like we're mere seconds away from Valerian swallowing a rat whole like how white people kiss dogs. Evocative. Bold. Like a lady's exposed ankle, simply too much for the general public to look upon. And now I have an ad from our store. I'm going to read it unsexily because I don't want to be weird, but also because there's nothing sexy about commerce. This mid-roll ad is from Annika, aka Revenge of Athena, and it reads, in this community, if there's two things that we love, it's trans rights and good old-fashioned RPG chaos. If that describes you, then lock in, because on November 7th, the Slayer Case Twitch community is banding together for a charity D&D stream to support Nashville Launchpad. Launchpad is a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing street-free sleep to young adults. Launchpad is the only LGBTQIA+ affirming, trans-inclusive, young adult shelter organization in the Middle Tennessee area, and they need help to provide the services these young people need. Even if you can't donate money, you can help by boosting the event to people who can. Tune in to Slayer Kase, which is SlayerKase on Twitch at 7 p.m. Central Time on Friday, November 7th for games, guffaws, and giveaways. The code word is Crochet Dragon. All of you strong, powerful sleeper agents are active. Go! Well, that sounds like a wonderful event for a great cause from one of our listeners, so definitely, folks, go check that out. And Revenge of Athena, I'm sorry your ad is in this mid-roll, unless you like it, in which case, you're welcome. I like to do my mid-rolls like I do everything in life, with a deep and pervasive sense of embarrassment that still fails to prevent me from blindly stumbling forward, lest I be paralyzed by my own feelings of inadequacy. Speaking of feelings of inadequacy, have you heard about social media? You can follow Legend Lark Pod on Tumblr, Blue Sky, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want the really spicy stuff, we are still doing Riverdale Roulette every other Monday on YouTube. That's right, the CW's Riverdale, a show which is so aggressively heterosexual that I feel chastened every time I watch it, as if I were being haunted by the spirit of John Kellogg. You can also check out the fan-run Legend Lark Discord by going to legendlark.com/discord. I don't have anything particularly sexy to say about that, but it's a lovely community. I'd also like to apologize if I've done this mid-roll conceit before. I've done so many mid-rolls at this point that I literally can't remember because I'm aging. But one thing that I haven't forgotten is to give this message to Chantel. Chantel, the code word is Madalonia. The sleeper agent is active. Go.
It sounds like the Brightwater Collective is, the enemy of the Piper Lords, which is good to know because we're probably going to need to go and steal the Daracetum, and we're also going to need to steal the artifact that the Piper Lords have got. And so what I'm thinking is we should find a way to, pin that theft on the Brightwater Collective. I guess flashing forward after I've talked to Valerian, I would want to go and see what I can learn about the Brightwater Collective. I'm also wondering about, Kat, when you mentioned that guy writing a paper, was that just color, or is that something I should be pursuing?
That was color, but if you want to pursue it just for funsies, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I mean,
so funny.
I do wonder if it would have anything if he has any weaknesses.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good
too.
call. Yeah.
So I guess, can I do both of those things?
Yeah,
or?
absolutely. You can do both.
Okay, so I guess
It's
first.
free play, baby. It ain't no rules.
Damn,
I mean,
that's
there's a lot of
crazy.
rules, but
No rules, just right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess first then I will go to Candle Hall, and the person was Chorp?
Chorp, Archivist Chorp.
his name.
Is he a bird?
Chorp, 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 chorp.
We love Chorp.
Actually, yes.
We're
Yeah.
big chorp heads.
So actually, yeah, if you want to go and try and find Chorp, you're going to have to ask around quite a bit, but I think she's not terribly hard to find.
Oh, she's a girl bird.
She's a girl bird, yeah.
Okay, I was
She's a
sexist.
girl chorp.
She's
It's
a girl
assumed that all birds were men.
Damn.
Wow.
Classic Friedrich.
Classic. fucking Friedrich.
When you begin asking around about Archivist Chorp, you are very quickly directed to a tea room, the Barrett's Tea Room. It's a 24-hour tea room that is very popular for students. As you enter the space, it is a very narrow shop with a counter along one wall and a bunch of low tables and cushions. Candle Hall doesn't have a lot of students. It is an academic institution more geared towards professors who want to compete with each other than teaching. But there are still a dedicated few who try to learn something from the university. And these students are gathered in this tea room, stressing out over papers, drinking a lot of tea, having spirited debates. And Friedrich, it kind of reminds you a bit of your own city and all of those cafes that you never went to. You enter the tea room and go to ask the proprietor about Archivist Chorp. And the woman says, if you're looking for the Archivist, you're right on time. She should be landing. And as she finishes that sentence, you hear a flapping of wings outside. And a elegant crane walks into the room. This is not a crane person. This is not a person that has an anthropomorphic body in the head of a crane or anything like that. It is just a very large white crane.
Yes.
Amazing.
There it is.
Friedrich looks very confused and disconcerted, and he kind of steps back a little bit as he's surveying this crane.
Mhm.
And he turns to the proprietor and says, "This is Archivist Chorp."
The proprietor nods as the archivist steps forward, and she is wearing the only clothing she wears is this like elegantly woven scarf that she wears around her neck, and she sort of adjusts it by sort of fluffing out her feathers and shaking herself a little bit. She says, "Yes, hello, I have heard my name. It is I, Archivist Chorp."
I'm obsessed with her.
And she strikes a pose with her wings, and she then sort of cranes down to look at you, and she goes,
so to speak.
Okay, so this beautiful bird is
Yes,
looking down at me.
She looks down at you and goes, "And who are you? I don't think I recognize you."
Friedrich stammers out kind of nervously. Greetings, Archivist Chorp. My name is Professor Friedrich Weiss. I'm here to inquire about a paper that you've written.
"A professor?" And she sort of cranes her head, I know, so to speak, around to look at you from one angle and then the other, and she says, "But not a professor of our university, are you? I don't think I've seen you go through orientation, so to speak."
No, in my home world, I haven't had the honor yet of enrolling in Candle Hall.
Well, be careful who you use that introduction with. I am not prickly about it. After all, I'm not really caught up in that whole institutional rat race. I prefer to keep to my archives, but there are some who will get very snappy with you.
And she snaps her beak a couple of times for emphasis.
And I flinch.
But you said you were looking for a paper. Probably not one that I've written.
And she displays her wings.
Do not do a lot of writing, but perhaps something that is contained in my archive. If you tell me a bit about who wrote it or what it's about, I could probably fetch it for you.
Thank you. It was an interview with the leader of the Piper Lords, Basil. I prefer not to say his last name. Valerian explained a colloquialism to me that makes me rather uncomfortable when... Anyway.
Basil Ratmacy, yes. A tasty man, but does not go down smooth. How about this? Order me a cup of tea, and I will be right back.
Any preference on type?
Oh, don't worry. They know what I like here.
And she swans, so to speak, out of the room. And you hear the flapping of wings again as she takes off outside. And in the time that it takes for you to order a cup of tea for her, do you get one for yourself too?
Sure, yeah, why not?
So in the time that it takes for your tea and Chorp's to be made, there's the flapping of wings, and Chorp comes back, and she has a scroll clutched in her beak, which she deposits on the table between the two of you.
Thank you. This will be most useful in my research.
Just be sure to return it in the same condition that I have given it to you in. You can return it here. I'm afraid we will have to become rather better acquainted before I reveal the location of my archive to you. It is very exclusive, and I like to keep it that way. But it has been very nice to meet you, Professor Friedrich. Well, not Professor, I suppose. We'll have to see how that goes. Have you introduced yourself to Ibn Khaldun?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, you'll have to speak to him. Ibn is a great scholar, and he's the dean of the university. In his own world, I do understand that he was perhaps considered the most learned man in all of his home society.
Makes you wonder why he left.
Indeed.
Anyway, look at me here gossiping. Have a wonderful day. And she reaches down and takes the edge of her teacup in her beak and just tosses it and her whole head back and dumps the tea down her beak and neck.
Literally, I want to fuck this bird.
How have I...
This is an alluring bird.
This is a very alluring
This is a
bird.
sensual bird.
This bird is sensual as fuck.
I feel like every time I'm like, this character's made of rats, and you're like, I want to fuck him. This character's a literal bird. I want to fuck him.
Okay, but like, did you hear how she talked? And like, all when she was talking about eating the rat-macy, like, obviously she can get it. Like, obviously she can get it.
So, Friedrich, you take this paper back to your quarters to study it?
Yes.
Yes. What do you want to roll to read this paper and to understand this paper?
I think it's got to be study.
I think it's got to be study. Yeah, it's got to be study. It
And-
could only be study.
Yes. And if I have 2 points in study,
Take the highest.
okay. Oh, the highest is a 6.
Ooh, okay, you get great information out
About
of this.
weaknesses?
So, you read this paper about the curse of Basil Ratmacy. And I need to specify, it is spelled R-A-T-M-A-S-E-Y. Macy. Not Mussy.
Yeah, but you're
I
saying
get
it
it.
like musty.
M-A-T.
I get it. I was thinking it was a C, but it's anyway, it doesn't matter. Like, I understand.
I was
that
spelling it M-U-S-S-Y.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was,
I was hearing
if
it
we
like
were
that.
saying rat massy, I'd be like, oh, okay. But it
Because it's
sounds
like a rat mass,
Rat-macy.
but
it's a rat mussy.
But that's how it's pronounced.
It's pronounced Ratmacy.
yeah, because we
Rat
know what
well,
it is.
whatever. Anyway,
It's anyway, you have
We don't have time for
you're all a bunch of preverts, and we know this about you. Okay. So, what you find out from this, it is a very comprehensive study with a lot of scientific notation. But Friedrich, you are like, this is not fucking science. These sigils, these like complex diagrams of sort of magical looking symbols, that's not science. It is, however, presented as though it is a scientific paper, and it is the science of some world, just not one that you respect.
I mean, to clarify, Friedrich has a problem with like the terms like magic and ghosts, but he believes that, you know, everything has a scientific explanation.
Okay, well, so then maybe you're a little less incredulous of this paper than I anticipated, but it explains the mechanics of this curse, that there is no body under there. It's just rats all the way down. That the rats seem to all work in concert and they are controlled by his will. They are not individual thinking creatures as soon as they join the mass, but if he sends them out of the mass, they do retain some amount of sentience until they join the mass again.
Very good to know.
Yeah.
Extremely good to know.
Yes, and he is always adding rats to his mass and taking rats out of the mass. So he is never like a consistent size. You find that out from the paper as well.
Okay.
You also find out that he cannot be poisoned.
Oh.
That the rats neutralize the poison by dint of having many mouths and many stomachs. So that does sort of answer some questions about what Valerian was asking about. Like,
So can he not get high?
it seems that he is not able to get high, but he still keeps trying.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just like desperate to be high,
Escape.
but he can't actually do it.
He can't actually do it. No. This paper theorizes that this is due to the curse. The specific wording of the curse was such that Basil himself was cursed to be a pestilence. He is himself a pestilence and therefore is immune to other poisons and diseases.
So if we set him on fire with a flamethrower, we burned all of the rats to death. Think that would do
Does
it?
it say anything about that in the paper?
Does the paper say anything about that? Did they try that?
The paper did not attempt to set him on fire. No. No.
Okay.
There is a line in there, Friedrich, where the scholar says that he attempted to convince Mr. Ratmacy to subject himself to various attempts of extermination, rat extermination. And the scholar notes that this suggestion was not taken favorably and all further questions have been denied.
All right. We didn't, I guess, learn too much about a weakness, but we did learn about what won't work.
Yeah.
Oh, let me say, you got a 6. Let me give you something more about a weakness. What you do find out about a weakness is what I said before, is that there's no human body under there, that he's just rats all the way down.
Yeah.
If one could make these rats scatter.
Right.
The author of the paper is not certain because the kibosh was put on any more questions about how to kill Basil. He's not certain, but he thinks that perhaps if the rats could be convinced to dispel, this would dissolve Basil. Because the rats are somewhat sentient when they are apart from him, this paper theorizes that if they all left, Basil would perish.
Interesting. And I wonder if they still maintain their weird immunity when they're off of his body. I guess we'd have to try and find out.
You have to find out, yeah. So that's what you learn about the weaknesses and strengths of the leader of the Piper Lords.
Awesome. Well, I copy it down so that I can return the scroll to the cafe where Chorp can get it.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do to gather information before we figure out what we want to do next?
Didn't you have one more thing?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I could bring Pepper with me. The Bright Water Collective we need to learn about.
Yes.
I mean, I could in theory bring Valerian too, but it might be bad since he's
Yeah, I probably shouldn't go over there just
in with
yet.
the Piper
No,
Lords.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go.
And I think, I'd want Pepper with me for protection.
I'll protect you.
So I think it'd be good to see what we can learn about the Bright Water Collective. Where do they live again?
They are in the Dark Lamp Canal, and their base is a club that is located on the canal itself on a barge. The club is called the Star Song Lounge, and it is pretty much the polar opposite of the Rat Scurry Club. It is a dazzling hideaway for the discerning patron. The large upper deck of the barge is host to a crew armed with guns and other long-range weapons that keep the canal monsters and any possible intruders at bay. The lower deck is home to a sparkling cocktail lounge, which specializes in hallucinogenic concoctions. Inside, there are conversation pits with low sofas and cushions for lounging, while the twinkling lights set into the low ceiling and walls give the illusion that you're hanging suspended in a night sky. There's a performer dressed in a gossamer gown. And actually, when you guys enter, Pepper, you recognize that performer. She is the woman who told you off for performing in public.
I mean, I was going to say, I assume I've probably been here before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is my neighborhood.
This is your neighborhood. You've definitely popped in here, but you also definitely couldn't afford anything here.
No. I just, like, walked around.
Yeah, you walked around and then they were like...
I convinced someone to buy me a drink.
Yeah, there you go. You flirted your way into a drink. And it was a great drink when you did that, by the way. Like,
Nice.
This is the sort of place where they, like, make craft cocktails out of, like, homemade flavored syrups and bitters and things like that. It's a very, like, alchemical approach to cocktail making. There are servers in silvered uniforms that mill around the room, tempting patrons with drinks and drugs of all varieties, which they carry in candy striper-style trays that are strung around their necks. What do you guys want to do? You guys are in the club.
Well, first of all, we all fam.
You all fam in the club.
Good point.
You're in the club in your clubbing outfits.
Yeah. Oh, Pepper runs to the bar because she wants to get some more of the drink she had last time, which is called a new fashioned.
Yes, a new fashioned. You are served at the bar by a heavy-set gentleman with blue hair and a pink beard who's dressed in a blue velvet waistcoat that's studded with diamonds.
I know his name. What's his name?
I know his name.
He wears long, dangling silver earrings and has little silver stars painted under his eyes. And when he smiles, his teeth are straight, white, thin, and numerous. This is Radu Wotan. He is the artistic visionary behind the Star Song Lounge.
Oh, Radu, hi! It's great to see you again.
Ah, Miss Pepper, welcome back in. And I see you've brought a friend.
This is my dad.
And I look uncomfortable.
Which I just want to say, like, we're like the same age,
Yeah.
but Pepper's just used to, like, that's our cover.
Yes.
I mean, I will say his age is very ambiguous.
Yeah.
Because I'm basing him on, these silent film melodramas. You can never really tell how old people are.
But still, Radu sort of looks down at you, Pepper, when you say this. He says, I see. Your father. Your father from a different world? I don't think you two look like you came from the same place.
We did. So, egg on your face.
And Friedrich just kind of looks around nervously, like he's not sure what Pepper's trying to do, but he doesn't contradict her.
Well, what can I get you? New fashioned?
New fashion, new fashion, new fashion, new fashion.
And he points at you, Friedrich. New fashioned?
I'll
Or
just have a water.
oh,
Boring.
boring. Your dad's boring.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not boring. We're broke.
Oh. Oh, yeah. She looks at Radu with huge eyes. I guess we are broke. I guess I'll just not get the new fashioned. I'll have a water too. We'll both be boring, Dad. It's okay.
And Friedrich just looks exhausted.
And Radu nods sadly, and he goes, how about this? I'll get you some juice. And,
Yes.
And he goes, does some little fixing behind the bar, and he hands each of you a glass, a really beautiful, like, hand-blown glass with sparkling juice in it.
This is gonna blow your mind, Dad.
And when you take a sip of that juice, it is champagne.
And Friedrich is like very surprised, and he like looks over at Pepper, like wondering what complex intellectual like psyop she's done.
To this person.
And when you take a sip of the champagne, Radu like winks at you, like,
Oh, and Pepper winks back, and she starts up a conversation with him about his beautiful outfit today and how
Oh.
amazing he looks.
oh yes. He preens and he says, thank you. I think this will be sort of our last hurrah for the Star Song Lounge. I'm already working on the theming for our next transformation. Before you arrived, we were the Treetop Lounge, and we had a sort of jungle theme going. I liked that, but it was watering all of those plants was kind of a pain. I think I want to do something based off of Aphitrea. It was very inspiring, all of the marble and the columns and the togas. I haven't come up with a name with it yet, though. The toga room doesn't quite. It's not very snappy, is it?
The stone toga lounge.
A bit of a mouthful, but we'll keep working on it. I haven't nailed everything down yet, but I thought Mattersberger & Co. could at least outfit me for one last hurrah for the whole star theme.
I was just trying to distract him while you skulked around, but
Oh, okay. Well, I was actually thinking, I think Friedrich is a little, like, dazzled. Like, he's looking at this mysterious person.
well, then in that case, Pepper looks at you a few times, like, meaningfully while she's talking to Radu,
And
as if
Friedrich
to
is
say,
just-
like, go away.
And
Like,
Friedrich is just staring, like, in fascination at this person.
and then slowly, like, Pepper stops talking and, like, looks between them, and she's like, okay, Dad, I'm gonna go get laid.
And Friedrich spits out the champagne that he's been drinking.
Radu, you'll take care of my dad, won't you? He's very delicate.
Of course, Pepper. Go have fun.
Will do.
Leave him in one piece.
I don't have a joke.
Leave that in.
Pepper skips away, and she's gonna, scope out whatever she can, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Friedrich, is there anything you'd like to say to Radu, or are you just staring slack-jawed?
No, I do want to say, so, Mr. Wotan, are you a member of the Brightwater Collective then?
Ah, yes. Yes, the finest. I don't like that we all call ourselves gangs, It's a little bit violent, right? But yes, I am a member of the collective. I'm one of the most senior members, in fact. And he sort of does a little, like, shoulder and head shake. He's sort of very proud of himself. He says, which is why I have been placed in charge of this lovely establishment. They trust my impeccable taste. He leans in close to you, Friedrich, and he sort of gestures you close and goes, you're not really her dad, are you?
Well, no, but
I didn't think so. You start to get a sense of these things. So the longer you've been on the train, you can sort of tell when
who's a dad, who's not a dad?
who's a dad, who's not a dad, who belongs to a black and white world and who belongs to a colorful one. You look like you're from a black and white world.
I'm not sure what you mean.
It's a sense, a world that doesn't have the vibrant colors of some of the others. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell. If I showed you a color chart and then you could tell me the brightest shade of red on it, it would be the middle shade, or perhaps one of the less saturated ones.
Fascinating. Well, I heard that your collective recently made a rather large score.
Ah, yes. Beat out the Piper Lords for it, too. Whew, can I tell you, I wasn't involved in that. I don't really like going outside the train. It's all very fascinating for the first, 200 or 300 stops, but eventually you sort of get sick of the constant change. Anyway, our away team did a fantastic job. Beat out the Piper Lords. The Piper Lords were on our turf, to be fair. They were trespassing on our hallowed ground, but, it's all in good fun, all in good competition. It's healthy. It's very healthy.
It must have been difficult to get something past them. I've heard they have that man that can disintegrate things just by pointing.
Oh, yes. Oh, that creep. He did try and disintegrate one of us. That did happen, yes. I hear they're fine, though. Missing some skin, but, who needs all their skin?
Right. Well, the Piper Lords do seem a rather unsavory organization. But they treat you well here at the Brightwater Collective?
Oh, yes. Bal is fabulous. Bal Berry. A scholar, really. A scholar of altered states. Some might think it is a negative to have your leader sampling your wares and all of that, but I think of it as a positive. He knows what's good and what's not. He knows what'll sell and what won't. And he treats us fantastically. We don't recruit much, and that allows us to be a very equitable organization. Everybody has their role to play, everybody takes an equal share, and we all get along pretty much fine, except for Cindy. But she is just an unpleasant person, and we can't hold that against her. She's a good sort. Just don't talk to her. Or do, I guess. I don't know.
Thank you for the tip.
Of course. Say, have you ever been... There's a great bar out in Candle Hall. Oh, what is it called? It's a piano bar. Very, very nice. You look like the sort who'd like a piano bar.
I haven't been, but I'm willing to hear you out.
Ah, well, good. It's a date then. I'll take you out there sometime.
And Friedrich's face just turns so red.
And Radu laughs really big, booming laugh. He says, I was wrong. Your world had some color in it after all.
And Friedrich scrambles in his pockets to find some loose change to tip with, and sets it down and just very rigidly gets up and walks away.
And Pepper dances out of the crowd, and she has glow paints on her face, and she has 2 more drinks in her hands, and she's like, Dad, come dance!
Pepper, what would you like to roll to learn anything else about the club here?
Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna roll Prowl, I think.
Okay.
Because as I've been dancing, collecting body paint and sparkles and glow rings and drinks and whatever, I've also been collecting information.
Okay.
And I didn't do very well. I got a 3.
Okay, so that is going to be limited information.
Okay.
I'll say what you get with that is pretty drunk and high.
Yeah.
In one drink it is alcohol, and the other it is something that is making the room just sort of glow and sparkle, and it's sort of like these conversation pits around the room are all themed in different colors, and that combined with the black paint and the sparkly lights, and it just sort of, you're like, I am in a galaxy. I am a star among planets. And all of these other people who are dancing, they are the stardust around me. And oh, what is that door over there?
So I notice a door.
You do notice a door to a back room.
And it says pirate on it, I assume.
It says employees only. While you're watching that door, you see that the servers with their little candy striper trays are going in and out of that room.
Okay.
So that seems to be where they keep their supplies.
Okay. Nice. And then I drunkenly, highly stumble over to Friedrich, as said, and I'm in... Is that all the information we can get here? Do we just need to go home, or could we?
I mean, if there's anything else you want to try and find out, you can tell me what you would want to roll for it.
I mean, we're gonna have to steal from them, right? So I guess we should case the joint.
Should we case the joint?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she grabs Friedrich and pulls him into the swirl of dancing, and she tilts her head and winks over at the door. And she goes, I just think this place is awesome, and that's I think that's where It's happening. Did you fuck that guy?
What?
Ugh.
I saw sparks flying. I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're talking about, but Pepper, we need to focus. You said the goods are behind that door?
Dad, I'm focused. I'm locked in. Where? What door? Yeah.
Well, why don't we see if we can subtly scope it out?
All right. I think this would probably be a survey. Friedrich, I think this would go to you since Pepper has not a lot of survey left.
Well, we'll try. My survey's pretty low, so I could be...
I only have one.
I
too.
could be 2. I have none.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well. Pepper can lead this because she is like... She's trying her best. She's ready to go. Now she's hyped up. She's looking at that door and she's locked in with her high drunk brain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she's going to notice everything about it. And then later on, she's not going to remember anything about this night except for the door. All right. Okay. I got 5.
Okay. Pepper locks in. Pepper is like blinking rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
So with that 5, I'm going to give you 2 things. You notice first that the lock on this door is like a really good lock. You don't know a ton about locks, but you can tell this is not cheap. Like they have invested in some security here. You also go out onto the outside of the barge. You can see that there is a small porthole window on the side of the barge that would lead into that room.
It's big enough for a person to fit through.
Yep. It's big enough for a skinny person to squeeze through.
Okay.
What about a very short person?
I was going to say maybe a little wisp of a scholar could wriggle through.
So if Pepper goes through, it's going to be a gentlemen prefer blonde situation.
It might be a bit of a Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great to know.
Twinks only.
Twinks only is what I see above the door. And Pepper, like, Friedrich was the one telling her to, like, focus up. And she did. And then she grabs onto Friedrich's face with, like, one hand on both sides of his face. And she's like, I know what to do. We're going to be okay.
All right, he says, kind of trying to extricate your hands from his face.
And she presses her forehead against your forehead. And she's like, Dad, we're going to be okay.
He's so uncomfortable.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I have to pee really bad.
Congratulations.
Where's... She looks around. She's like, my dad never tells me where the bathroom is. And she wanders away.
All right. I will say that is a very successful gathering of information. You guys have gathered the hell out of the information.
We got a lot of information,
That's
and I
so
feel
much
really
information.
good about it.
Okay. For this to be such a horny episode.
Yeah, really. what the
Horny
fuck?
as fuck, dude. Something's
You
going
brought in
on.
the rat man and the bird.
It's so true.
Rat man,
That's so true.
bird woman, flamboyant gay man.
Yeah. I mean, he sounds amazing.